Oh, well, hello peeps, we're back in the ambulance again, doing a little bit of work. What I'm doing is, I'm assuming you can see that, I can never tell from the screen on this camera, but I'm insulating up in the roof. If you remember last time we were in here, wherever there's anything up in the roof, whether it be a light, which is where this was, or a speaker, which is what this was, they cut back the insulation. I've still got some more to do in there. Actually, I'm assuming you can see. I'm now poking the camera up inside so I can't see what's actually happening, but there's insulation cut back, as you can see. So what I've done is I've insulated the roof. Let's get a bit further away. I know I always film too close. I've insulated inside the roof, all up there where the handles were. Poked little sections up in there. There's that lump there, you can see, is because there's a wire cable hold down that I don't know what to stick it on with, but it's good stuff, it won't come off. So what I'm doing is I'm insulating the roof with this silver-backed thermal barrier, and then I'll be using this recycled bottle insulation to stuff up inside there and double insulate it. There are certain areas you can't really get to, like up inside here. I filmed up in here the other week. As you can see, it's like a hollow section down there. So I sort of poke this material in, and then I use this old paint measuring stick, and I use it to, horrible sound I know, but it sticks the insulation up to the roof. I cut it a couple of inches too long there, I couldn't be bothered to trim it down. It's simply not worth the effort of trimming it down and unsticking it all. It doesn't really matter. It's going to have a load of that recycled bottle insulation stuffed in there anyway. And then what I'll do is I'll wedge little tabs in here, screw through this into this with a tab sticking out, and then I'm going to make a trip up to Wales. There's an ambulance breakers up in Wales, and I'll try and put the address and the website down in the description in case anyone's interested. There's an ambulance breakers down in Wales, so I'm going to go and see if I can buy a couple of sheets of this roofing material. I'll have a few sheets of this, but this is the thicker cabinet material left over. That'll be left over when I've taken, well, I'm not taking that, well, I'm taking that cupboard out. It's going to be coming out further to this, to there, to use as a shower compartment. So basically I'll be taking it apart, moving the walls further that way, removing this support and just boarding it in with ply. So I'll have spare doors, hinges and plastic. The plastic that makes up that front wall is the same stuff as this, but I'm either going to put ply in here, or I'll go down, as I say, to the ambulance breakers and I'll buy some more of this roofing, a sheet of this roofing material, and all I'll do is, as I say, I'll just screw another piece of this in there, in there, in there and in there, and then I'll cut a piece to fit up inside, screw it to the lip. Once it's insulated, then I'll tape over it with some aluminium tape to make sure I've still got me vapour barrier, and then I'm going to cover the roof with some sort of material, not sure what yet, but I'll sort some sort of material out. Anyway, now I'm moving on to fitting this, or this barrier, up into there. It's not particularly easy, because you're doing it through this little hole, but as you can see, or I assume as you can see, I hope you can see, you can get your hand through it. It's just a case of sticking small sections up in there, sticking it up a little bit at a time, and hoping you don't get too much of this stuff all over your hands, because it itches like mad. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little hoover, my little vacuum cleaner up there. I must stop calling everything a hoover. And then I'm going to do all in and around this back fan. As you can see, I've already run some chase cable through down to there. I'm going to insulate all around there. I've got a tube to fit around there so it doesn't suck from in the roof, it just sucks from in the room. This is all screwed up and nice and straight. This will all be screwed up and nice and straight, but at the moment I'm concentrating on getting some insulation in, because it's like a sweatbox in here at the moment, mainly from where there's a lot of insulation missing. So I'm going to get on with this, then stuff it with insulation, and then start sorting out about sealing these holes up I'm not using. These wires, as I've said before, they're Sikaflexed in everywhere. There's no way you're pulling them through. I might just as well cut them one at a time so I don't short anything out, or I might just stick them up in the roof in case I ever need them at some point. You never know. I know they go live from switches on there. I was going to use the switches elsewhere because I'm moving that switch panel back down to there, but there you go. I'm sort of stuck at the moment. Still haven't got my logbook back from Swansea, so I can't take the van home, so I can't do too much work because I can't leave it looking like it's half abandoned because people start stripping it. Those doors need to be extended down into that section there. I want to try and keep that bit of perspex. It might come in handy for something. I might make a door out of it, but basically I want to extend them doors all the way down, so that's one big cupboard for hanging my clothes up in. Anyway, that's it for the ambulance, peeps. My battery's running low. I'm going to get on with a bit of installation. This won't be a video on its own. This will be stuck in with another video on installation. This will just be part of it, so I'll probably skip to another clip right about now. Oops, turn this fan down a bit because I can. Welcome back, peeps. Right, there we go. All stuffed out with the recycled bottles. It's not too tight in there. As I say, that will get covered over, and so will this. Well, I'll probably do this last because of where I might be having to bolt the roof rack. But there you can see, all nicely insulated. That's the whole centre of the roof, apart from round by the fan, which I've got to sort out in a minute. It's all nicely insulated. You can actually see where the roof needs screwing up some more. I'll do that afterwards. So next up is this one. This one's a bit more difficult because I've got from sort of here to here needs that, so it goes up in 4 sections. I've already silver taped it as far as I can go, which is over to here. I've got that much insulated with that silver backed stuff. So it's not perfect, but nothing ever is, but 90%'s better than 20%. See you later, peeps.